glinting in the sun. Excellent visibility today for all the displays. I will launch into my spiel. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the 2025 Royal Air Force Tutor Display. My name is Flying Officer Seb Wilson. I'm the Tutor Display Manager this season, and it's a pleasure to display the Grob for you all today. And now, flying in towards us from the centre at nearly 200 miles an hour, is Tutor Display Pilot, Flight Lt Bob Dewes. As he pulls up, he converts his speed into height to perform his first manoeuvre, the hammerhead. Flight Lt Dewes was born in Carmarthen, South Wales, and started his flying career in the Royal Air Force in 1989, flying the Queen of the Skies, the VC-10, out of RAF Grob Malta. He was then a search and rescue pilot on the Sea King. From the end of this half horizontal, Bob will push negative 2G, levelling the aircraft upside down for an inverted pass. I've had the pleasure of sitting in on this display on a couple of occasions, but I can tell you that this is deeply uncomfortable, hanging in his straps. It's a very difficult manoeuvre to maintain. This is Bob's second year with the Tutor Display. He's operating at a base height of 300 feet, except for the two final passes at just 100 feet over the sea. The next two manoeuvres are a wing over and then the ballistic rolls, which Bob uses to gain energy for the next part of the sequence. Displaying the Tutor requires careful energy management due to its low power-to-weight ratio. When not displaying, Bob is a qualified flying instructor, or QFI, on 115 Squadron, based at RAF Wittering, where he trains frontline pilots into fellow tutor QFIs. During his very varied career, Bob has amassed over 8,000 flying hours on 15 different aircraft types. This represents almost a whole year in the air. After this half Cuban, Bob will enter a 4-point roll, get his cameras ready for some great angles. In the 4-point roll, Bob delicately uses the rudder to support the nose above the horizon while flying at 90 degrees angle of bank. The Tutor has a top speed of 212 miles per hour or 185 knots and can achieve maximum possible 6G, meaning that Bob is subjected to forces 6 times that of gravity. Now another wing over, a combined pitching and rolling manoeuvre used to turn the flight path through 180 degrees. You'll notice that every wing over Bob does is slightly different as he carefully selects his flight path to cater for differing wind conditions and aircraft energy states. Bob now rolls 90 degrees while pointing straight up before completing a stall turn at almost zero airspeed. The two 90-degree turns allow Bob to continue in the same direction. Into a loop. The Grob Tutor is operated by No. 6 Flying Training School in partnership with Babcock International, primarily flying University Air Squadron students and RAF Air Cadets. There are 13 air experience flights across the UK, and offer flights to up to 20,000 air cadets each year. This could be you if you're between 13 and 20 years old. 50 air cadets a year are now being taught to fly the Tutor up to solo standard, flying it on their own. After completing this conventional stall turn, Bob will enter a slow roll. This unique yellow and black Tutor, it is one of one. It was originally a trial paint scheme to provide a high contrast, but now it's become a favourite at air shows and has been nicknamed the Bumble Bee. Our other display aircraft has the Royal Air Force Benevolent Fund heart on its belly, seen since 2022 to celebrate this fantastic charity. The Benevolent Fund supports Royal Air Force veterans, personnel and air cadets wherever they are in need. We are proud to raise awareness for a charity that gives so much to the whole of the RAF family. Visit our tent, website or view our Tutor Display leaflet to access a QR code to donate to the Benevolent Fund. For those of you considering going to university, there are 15 different university air squadrons across the UK. On the squadrons, students are taught to fly the Tutor by highly experienced military flying instructors, like Bob. It is worth mentioning that the UAS syllabus is 80 hours long and does include solo aerobatics. Members are not committed to a military career after graduation, although many do decide to join the Royal Air Force. When now in the high energy section of the display with a derry turn, quarter clover, and now another loop. Quintessential aerobatic manoeuvres. Today, the Royal Air Force is recruiting for multiple rewarding and demanding professions and has an exciting future with the continued development of our combat, utility and maritime control aircraft, as well as UK Space Command. Now recently joined with the introduction of our airborne early warning system at REACT E7 Wedgetail and remotely piloted capabilities with Protector, now down to just 100 feet of fast pass. The high tempo of operations continues today with aircraft and personnel deployed around the world, operating with NATO and our other allies. Visit the RAF website to find out more about our professions, including but not limited to air crew, air operations controllers, engineers, medics, cyberspace professionals and many more. We're now in the final section of the display with an oblique loop and a half cuber. The oblique loop puts the aircraft in plan form to the ground twice, so it's a great photo opportunity. I'd like to take this moment to say a big thank you to our supporters and sponsors this season. They are the Royal Air Force Benevolent Fund, Runway 25 and Babcock International, who have provided much of the merchandise we're giving out on our stand this season. If you've got any good photos of the tutor, make sure to tag our social media accounts and we will repost them, with your permission of course. Bob's now bringing the tutor around for his departing wave. It's a final photo opportunity and yes, he will be able to see you waving. A big thank you to Eastbourne Airshow for hosting us today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the 2025 Royal Air Force Tutor.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. Well, he's giving you a wave by, so come on, you know what to do, boys, girls, mums, dads, give him a huge wave off. Excellent piece of flying. It's really interesting. We were chatting about conspicuity colours just before we started flying this afternoon, and you'll see how good yellow.